Wow. We done? That's a little abrupt. Oh, hello. Hello. You there? Mm.
Oh, geez. Well, I messed up. Hey, it's okay. Apex After Dark here. We got T Bunny in the house. Hey,
Hello,
hey.
hello, hello. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think the dang functions of this presenting from the StreamYards, like I tapped one screen and somehow it didn't, I didn't get back to the screen. Oh, well.
oh well.
Lots to learn on this thing.
Yeah.
Got kinks and bubbles and stuff to figure out.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you don't
man,
stream every stinking day like Rex does, right?
I don't do that. No.
Nobody streams as
I
much as
can't
Rex does.
stream every day. I got
Yeah,
lots to do. I have
right,
work to
right.
do, like draw.
Mm-hmm.
Go to go earn some money. What- I got well. I'm past 500. I heard that now that you have 500 subs on YouTube, you're able to be monetized. I
Oh
have
wow. Uh-huh.
this one kit I need to look into that came into my email. I got to set that up so I can get monetized.
Hmm.
So anyway, eventually I'll
Well,
get some super chats. You know,
mm-hmm.
that'd be
That
cool.
will be helpful.
Yeah, big time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it's Saturday night, and there's like everyone and their mom, dad,
Yeah.
and uncle are streaming tonight.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
Bancroft is doing the lunch stream. I think Mandy's like coming back tonight, isn't she?
yeah, it's funny. I did invite Mandy on for an Apex
Mm-hmm.
Rex Hex and Apex show, and she never got back with me. I invited
Ah.
Nina Infinity
Mm-hmm.
a month ago. She didn't get back with me. I invited John Talks to come on. He hasn't gotten back with me. I guess a lot of these famous YouTubers decide just to scrap me and
Yeah.
go on their merry way. But I hate to think that, but oh
Mm.
well. That's life, folks. Sometimes people are not going to get back to you. You just got to
No.
keep going, keep going.
Well, somebody told me that you never make shots you don't take, and I've probably been guilty of not asking people that I thought were too far ahead of me or too far above me, and
Yeah.
but then I had RJ of the island contact me. I did a show with him, and I thought the show didn't go well because the delay. With the delay, I kind of like kept. I felt like I was repeating myself, try to get the thing
Oh,
to move
Lord.
along. But then he
Yeah.
contacted me, and he's like, "I'm watching Crom. We said we do something in the future. Is like, can I come on your show?" And I was like, "Oh heck yeah!" I mean, that guy's got well over 1,000 subs,
Oh, yeah, man.
and so I had him on, and we had a great conversation. Yeah, the delay was still there, but I kind of because I wasn't trying to have a discussion, I was like interviewing him. It worked
Yeah.
out better. So,
That's cool.
but I'm still trying to land Chuck Dixon. Chuck Dixon's my white whale, so
Oh man, Chuck
he's come on
Dixon.
way smaller channels than me, but
He
uh,
has, which is
I
cool.
can't. Yeah, I still haven't landed him yet. I want to talk to the dude. I want to talk to that dude.
Yeah, I've had Mike Barron and I had Steve Root on my channel. I thought
I
that's
had Mike
awesome.
Barron. You know, I
That's
don't know if
cool.
he was in. Yeah, you have to be prepare yourself for Mike. Mike is he has no F's to give. He's got business to conduct, and he
Yeah,
came on, and I was kind of like not prepared for that, and I don't think I acquitted myself well. But he was pushing Blue Line, and I pushed that show to push Blue Line, and I think I got him some subs. So I think that healed a lot of wounds.
yeah, that's true, man.
But yeah, I was told later that the guy who got him on my show was like, yeah, he lit me up in DMs later. I was like, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, right.
I respect the man. I respect his, but he's a hard interview. He's a hard interview.
So
I've
is
had,
Steve Rude, man. It's like you have to have your your questions, everything prepared. Thank goodness Rex was on there with me.
Nah.
There's times I was kind of a little dumbfounded. I don't know what other question to ask
Yeah,
him.
you think somebody named Steve Rude would be nicer, right? You know,
Right.
Rude the dude,
Exactly.
man.
Rude
Rude
to
the dude.
dude.
I think that's
Yeah.
why him and Mike work together so well. Is because they're both just like,
Couple of hard
"Mm,
asses. Yeah.
yeah, focused, man. No, it's like that question has nothing to do with what we're talking about, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, all right, back over. You know,
Yeah,
I,
exactly. I mean, it
I
seems
don't
like
know how
Mike.
Rex. I don't know how Rex hung with him. Rex is the most random interviewer I've ever had. I mean,
Oh yeah, man. I don't either.
Rex comes out of left field with stuff. I'm like, you know, just switch gears. You know.
Exactly. Well, let's see. Let's get to the moment here. You have a
Mhm.
campaign which is community service.
Yes, I do.
You
Yes, I do.
you got I don't know, fund my comic. You
Hmm.
know, only basically just what do you call it, exclusively on fund my comic.
Yeah, yeah. It is exclusively on my comic right now.
This
Yeah.
is 16 backers, $510.
Hmm.
I'm thinking, hmm, have you
Yeah.
approached Brandcroft coming on?
Yeah. I was launched on Bancroft actually. So
Oh, you launched on Bank. Oh, wow,
yeah,
very cool, man. Got a
yeah.
little bit
July
of the
1st now.
Bancroft bump, a little bit. Looks like see if you can get more of an Apex bump after
Right,
tonight.
right, right, right.
Let's see if that carries well. You know, depending how many
Hmm.
people will be watching or watching on replay. But this
Yeah.
campaign is really something else. You have a hero that came from 1970, right, about 50 years ago.
The 1970 is when he was had the injury that retired him
Yeah.
officially.
Okay.
But he actually predates the country by about 18, 19 years.
Oh
And
wow.
but he came over as a slave on British ships and was bought by a man with a press who needed help typesetting and he didn't he didn't really believe in slavery, but he needed help and he didn't like the way they were treating that little Irish kid, so he purchased his contract and taught him to read and gave him the first dignity in his life. And then the British drug him out of his press and beat him to death in the street because he was printing Thomas Paine common sense pamphlets in the middle of the night. And this kid, tried to protect him and got beat down for his efforts, left with a scar, and so he joined the Continental Army and became a scout. And sometime along the way, he developed powers. There's a reason behind it, but it's a little advanced to go into. But he became the first powered person on the American side, and he was very powerful. He took all the British comers and was one of the reasons why the burgeoning young country still was established. And because of that, the Continental Congress wrote him into the Bill of Rights as a protector, uh, basically gave him a mandate over all powered people in America. But he's para government, which meant that they couldn't tell him how to use it, how to use that mandate, or they couldn't give him orders. And so for over 200 years, that was pretty much how it stood. They can grind their teeth all they want, but they couldn't do anything about it, you know, because he had the
Wow.
mandate. Well, in 1970, they managed to ambush him and retire him by using this crystallizing ray that they didn't understand. Uh,
Hmm.
but the person that they used to ambush him broke free of his programming long enough to destroy the machine, and so it only got his arm and his eye. There's If you scroll down, you'll see the scene where that happened.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I
but
noticed here.
mhm.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you have American Bliss Now she's not really in the book, is she? Or
No, she's across worlds. I was able to, back at Brink, Dave Brink,
oh yeah,
the
she didn't want to tell
have
me.
Roderick draw one of my characters with one of his, and I
Oh,
chose America Bliss. So
okay. Here's
I
the
like
team
it.
right here.
That's
Yeah,
the Freedom Five, right?
Freedom
That's
Five.
the glory days right there, and that's the incident right there.
Okay, that's the incident. Yeah.
But as you see, he blocked it with his right arm, and but through his splayed fingers, one of the beams hit his eye, and
Oh yeah.
he wasn't even out of the hospital, and they came up with the 28th Amendment, scared the American public into voting for it, and made powered people a permanent underclass. So,
Yeah. Hey, oh, Travis Perrick, American
hello,
Bliss,
hello,
hubba
hello.
hubba. Yeah, no kidding.
Yep,
She's
he's
quite
got
the
the
girl.
boobage. He's
Yeah.
definitely got the boobage, yeah. I know Eric
Wow.
Hodson who drew that comic, and Eric Hodson draws the booty very well, very well.
That's great. Yeah. And then you have him. I guess this is modern day. His arm is in a
Yeah,
sling.
yeah. They retired him, and I told him he couldn't be a hero anymore, and they watched him like a hawk to make sure. But he could be part of the American intelligence apparatus. But they gave him like a commission and put him in the chain of command. And the FERA is that's a seal of the
Yeah.
FERA, a federal organization they created, and they basically took over Powered People, the implementation of Powered People, and became like the basically Powered People now have had three things that they could do. They could either live powerless, work for the government, or be criminals. There's only three options.
Oh,
But
jeez.
a couple people worked on another fourth option and got it through Congress. Got a bill passed called community service,
Oh,
and basically that powered people could work off their debt to society. But because the society kind of drifted morals wise, and people suddenly started questioning the 28th Amendment and wanted kind of like the 13th Amendment, uh, the not the 13th Amendment, but the Prohibition Amendment.
hmm,
Uh, after a few years, people started like, why are we doing this? And they voted it down. The next amendment voted it down. Uh, well, this is the 29th Amendment was proposed to kind of like vote down the 28th Amendment. Well, people that didn't want that to happen decided that this community service they could kill that program and they could also kill the 29th Amendment at the same time. So
oh wow.
basically, these people are going to be marked for death,
Oh boy.
and they got the whole thing's planned and set up. It's in this kill box, this artificial kill box they created called Little Bighorn. You know, after you
Yeah.
know your American history, people went into Little Bighorn, didn't come out,
Yeah.
and so that's this Operation Little Bighorn basically. So it's kind of a joke. Uh, but as soon as Ironsides basically finds out that he's not really in the American apparatus after all, they've phased him out years ago. The little pipsqueak that they put over him got mad one day and told him, "I'm just babysitting you. I don't even pass your packages on." And so he quit. And on the way home, he intervened for the first time in 50 years, and his hand moved. And he
Hmm.
realized that not only did he still have power, but he basically he had more power than he knew what to do with. So, uh, but then they try to
Yeah.
assassinate him, and he survives it. And in the course, he finds out what they're up to, and he can walk away because people think he's dead, and they phased him out of the history books, so people don't even know he still exists. And but he can't do that. It's not in him. He just
Oh
can't
wow.
walk away.
He has a bit of a Sean Connery look right there. I mean,
Yep.
if he were
Yeah.
alive today, I'm thinking this guy would have been a pretty good actor for this this character. I mean,
Yep.
maybe like 2020 or something like that.
Yes. Well, Sean Connery, circa, I don't know, about Red October time,
Yeah,
around that time. Yeah.
that'd be great.
Well, he's actually still a superhero. He's got the superhero body and build, but he just doesn't heal like he did because, he's a little more mortal than he's ever been.
Yeah,
Uh, and he's going into this anyway. He can while it was before he was able to come back from being killed. That's happened 9 times. They tell him this time that he's not coming back if he dies, but he still doesn't hesitate.
yeah,
He still can't hesitate. So that's why the hero is. Uh, this is my attempt to put a little bit of Captain America back in the world. But
yeah.
he's different from Captain America. He's like if Captain America and Cable got like mixed and cross pollinated, um, and you added some like Thomas Paine and Benjamin Franklin and George Washington, because he's that kind of man, and he remembers the country as it was. Um,
Yeah.
so this shows him flexing a little bit of power. He's not. He takes his glove off just to show, you know, he knows what they did to him, and he's not going to let it go. But he levitates the whole entire damn boat. So because he's got, he so it shows he's not entirely in control of his power, but he's still going into the gap, and that's the kind of characters I've always gravitated towards, and that's the kind I wrote. But I didn't really write him. I told his story. He wrote himself, uh,
Oh, okay.
but he's just greatest character I've ever written, and he we have conversations. He and I. He's gives me great advice.
Oh, yeah, yeah. This is so. How many pages is this book?
It's going to wind up being 32 thereabouts, but I'm not nailing it down. It's part of the pin-up calendar that I'm putting together.
Okay,
So
that's wild.
yeah,
So, are you writing and drawing this yourself, or do you have an artist?
Barbusco Studios is my artist. It's a husband-wife duo.
Okay.
Arc Sider has done some character work, and he did that switch picture there.
Okay.
And uh, right now, I think my letter is going to be James Rock, but I don't know yet. I
Okay.
hadn't settled on that. And but yeah, it's going to be about 32 pages. But this is there's enough that you can add on to make that worth your while. Um, yeah, I got $10 signature digital, but that right there, FERA files,
Yeah.
all his backstory and stuff like that. I've got everything already on my hard drive, and I'm going to
Oh.
assemble it into a fake federal dossier,
Oh,
and
wow.
that's what the FERA files is going to be. And there's a FERA patch that you can do with what you want to, but
Uh,
that's going to come available too. It might turn into a sticker later, but right now I'm planning it to be a cloth patch.
nice. Wow.
But that's a $10 add-on. You can get both covers, uh, and you can get all three at a later tier. All three for 45, including the digital and the two physical copies. The last one's really special. I've never heard of anybody else doing this.
Create an expressor. Is
Yeah,
that the one? Oh, okay.
expressors are the name of the power people in my world, and
Oh, wow.
you can create a main character.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
That's
I've
crazy.
got 2 slots of that.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
but if you can basically create a character in the book, I'll work with you. We'll come up with it. Make sure it fits in my world. Talk to an artist, get it drawn up, and it'll be inserted in the back half of the book.
Oh, geez. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's a great idea. I've never seen a tier like that before. That's
yeah. It's a challenge, but I've also, if you don't feel creative enough for that, if you don't feel like you can just come out with something, just pull something out of the air, I have some already templated characters. I've got the kind of like the name, I've got the concept, and I've got the power, and you can help me flesh them out. That can become your character.
well,
But
okay.
at the end of the day, though, this will you'll get a credit in the book as to being a co-creator of the character. Uh,
Yeah.
but that'll be the extent of the power you have over it. But you'll have a character that you created in the book that you can
Oh
claim.
wow.
So
Yeah.
because I mean, obviously there's gonna if you leave a connection there, then later on you can get sued or later on somebody can claim the character that they wrote your book or whatever. So
Hmm. So
this
you
is
have
just the
some.
character creation only. So
You have just, I guess, some protective clauses with that, right? Like putting
yeah,
your stamp on it, and
but
uh,
it will be your character. You will get co-creator. Co-creator is as many books as I publish with that character in it. You will get co-creator rights on it. So or at
great.
least your name will be on it as co-creator.
Yeah.
So
What about turning into creation to like the writers? We call it the copyright. Copyright claim or copyright. You get to turn this stuff to Library of Congress to actually submit that creation and then officially get it back from them in order to
um,
make it legal.
that is
Or
if you want to trademark it.
okay,
Um, Copyright basically, all they concerned with copyright is do you have it like established that it's yours in some public forum or medium
right.
that you can point back to the entomology.
Mhm.
And I have a clear entomology with everything. I've been like putting information on my channel for since I established the channel. And
Great.
so I have these videos that that all this has been in the works for a long time. Um, but this basically though, if you take that tier and we collaborate on a character, I'm going to be careful that it's not like too close to a character already existing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you make a Wolverine and then call him Pulverine or something. Uh, but but basically, it's a chance for. I think everybody. A lot of people don't think they have it in them to make a comic, but they might have it in them to make a really cool character or have a really cool character in mind.
Yeah.
And so this is a chance for somebody to do that.
Yes, folks, you too can support this campaign with the link right here. Just click the link and tell you what, just get buy a book. Yeah,
Hmm.
support this guy. See if we can get past the $510 tonight. And tell your friends. Share this live stream, of course, on your platforms that we have here. You got Facebook. You got oh gosh, Instagram, etc., etc. Yeah, back the book. Dadgum. Why not? This looks like a really good one.
Yeah, I was on Rex's channel uh, Monday,
Yeah.
and he really put me through the paces. His mind doesn't work in straight lines. So I don't know if you've noticed that.
Oh
So
yeah.
so it's like he would ask stuff like from later on like we'd be talking about this for one moment, then the next minute he's asking about something way down here, and this is like you got to stay on your toes. I mean,
That's true.
he's a he's a great guy.
Oh
He's
yeah.
been very supportive of me. Um, but essentially, what this is just the theme is freedom. Okay,
Mm, yeah.
because this is a guy who's there when Declaration of Independence was signed. He was in the room when the Constitution, Congress came up with the document. He knew these men, uh, knew them personally, and he's been watching over the country for over 200 years. And so he got depressed for a while. Kind of got into the work a day, 9 to 5 grind, and years went by, and you know he tried to live his life and try to be an ordinary citizen, but he's called upon once again to stand in the gap and to try to like do another be in another revolution. He's the spark to start another revolution. So
Oh wow! So this guy is that basically an immortal, correct?
well, he has been. He's actually died for his country 9 times, and he came
Wow!
back. Yeah.
So nefarious. Hey, how you doing?
Hey
Good to
Neff,
see
what's
you.
up, dude?
Ah,
Hey man.
cool.
Yeah,
Well,
he
I'll
just
tell
stopped
you.
by earlier.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. Why not we go ahead and play this trailer here?
Oh, absolutely, sure.
Let's see.
Our brethren are already in the field. Why stand we here idle? What is it the gentlemen wish? What would they have?
Excellent.
Is life so dear, or peace so sweet? Has to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty. I know not what cause others. But as for me, give me liberty or give me death.
Good looking trailer.
I
That is a
appreciate it.
cool trailer.
I appreciate it. Like I was telling Rex, I was like, if you're going to get somebody to do a recitation, I highly recommend Orson Welles.
All right. Orson. So that's actually is that a
Hey,
sound
man.
bite from Orson Welles?
Yeah, it's a Mercury Theater. He
Wow.
did the speech from "Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death" by Patrick Henry, and
Oh
he
wow.
1/4 of July he did that speech, and I just checked on the internet. I was like, I was trying to find somebody to do Patrick Henry's speech. I knew the phrases I wanted, and
Yeah.
and so I needed the whole speech. And I kept getting people that just either read it or they emphasized the wrong things. And I was like, man, it's like, man, I wish I could get somebody like Orson Welles. And I was like, wait a second, did Orson Welles do this speech? And it came right up on YouTube, and I was like, yes.
Sweet.
Oh, that's sweet.
And I listened to it, and I lost like about 20 minutes of my life listening to him do that speech. And it's just like, wow. And so that's why I kind of featured that speech, because that speech is in the DNA of America,
Yeah.
and it suits this guy so well, uh, you know. I know not, of course, what others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death.
Give
You know,
me a
Well,
liberty.
there must
I'll
be
give me
interest when you were on a week ago after I grilled you for a couple hours, as you put it.
death. Yeah.
I've had 73 views on that.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
great.
that was probably the highest of the week.
Oh,
That's
this
great.
past week, to tell you the truth. So
Okay.
for whatever the people come out of the woodwork to watch,
right.
I was really surprised by that because that was like the second time, you came on before it launched and talked
Yeah.
about this project
hmm
and
Well, I think the fact that I mean that was a sign up, so I think the fact that there's an actual physical project for
oh yeah.
people to look at, you know.
Mhm.
So I'm actually planning on going back on some shows that I went on for the sign up, but yeah,
Doesn't
it's
hurt.
no,
That's
not at
great.
all, not at all. Yeah, I did shade the red today, and that's a one enjoyable lady. She's a
Oh,
sweet lady.
yeah, she and Sarah are so cool. Wow, we love them. They're great people.
Hey
Well,
Travis.
Sai was in a place with no internet, so she was like by herself today.
Oh wow, yeah, she's something else. Well, I love how she cosplays each character when
Yeah,
anyone comes on with her book. I mean, she takes that
right.
time to do that. Wow.
Well, she did a switch today. The lady further down, and
Yeah.
and she
Oh,
liked the
wow.
look so much. She liked the look so much. She's like, this is my look. I love this look. So,
Which one's this?
switch is next one down right there. Yep,
I
that's her.
switch. Okay. Oh
That's
wow, I see
switch.
that.
SJW senator's daughter. She should be in jail, but she got community service because of her connections, and
And purple hair.
purple
Purple
hair.
hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she is a hoot to write. One of my favorite characters to write. Uh, Vapid in one minute, heroic in the next, as long as she's not thinking about it. So I've been told her power is very female because she can either boost you or she can kill your powers, but she can't control which.
Huh.
Oh
So she's
geez,
a
that's
I do like her name. It's just the
switch. Yeah,
yeah.
simple.
yeah. Well, the government agency that's over naming expressors, once they get into system, they're pretty much they go right on the nose. I mean, they're not very imaginative. So she's switch. She's got a person that's also in community service named Collision. Because every physical hit on his body creates muscle mass. Uh,
Oh wow.
Oh
so he has
geez.
to be hit to be bulked up. So uh, and he feels the pain of it. So it's a
Mhm.
that's a mixed curse right there.
If he had
Depending
a
So
on
car wreck, he might be the Hulk.
well, that's how he
right?
figured out he had powers. Was a car wreck. He tried to commit suicide and
Huh.
he
There you go.
crawled out of the car wreck, big gigantic buff, and he can only hold it for 15 minutes at a time. So it's a real funny moment in the fight to come, where he says, "I'm ready for a charge," and Ironsides throws a bus into him.
Wow.
He's like, "I'm ready for it."
People
Oh, you
people came out of the woodwork for today's show. When I put Daredevil versus Filmbat 74, one more than T Bunny. Otherwise, T Bunny would have
Is
taken
that
it away.
right?
Yeah,
oh
just
well,
today,
You, you
already
mean you mean you said
74 views today.
you said
Yeah.
Daredevil versus Femba. Don't you mean Devil Flyer?
Oh, did I? Is that what I said? Yeah, Devil Flyer. Yeah, Devil Flyer, not Daredevil.
no, okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Devil
Um,
Flyer, okay.
Devil
yeah,
Flyer.
yeah. We're
That's
gonna
good.
do that. We're gonna do that. T. We came up with that today. It was like,
Yeah.
our
Main
main
characters.
characters go at it. We had
Right.
something else planned, but it was like, and we may still do that. But
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Well,
that'd be a great mashup there.
well, if you think you think you can take on Ironsides, I offer Ironsides as tribute.
There you go.
I
Yeah,
I,
that's the whole premise of it. Is where you have like CG
right,
mashups. Meat and the
yeah.
great, and then usually a greater threat comes in. They team up and stop it, and then they leave friends. Those
right.
were always fun.
Oh yeah,
I'm,
oh yeah,
I'm gonna try and put the twist on it. And
Exactly.
think about an ending that's a little bit different than just riding off in the sunset after you
Right.
defeat the bad guy.
Well, it's
Exactly.
funny. Kimosabe and I wrote a matchup between him, Ironsides, and Abbott, and
Right.
it's funny because the first thing that happens is a fight, right? And then Ironsides just stops. He's like, "What? What? Wait a second. Wait a second. What are we doing here?" You know, and
Hey,
uh,
Sherlock.
and then
Hey,
Ironsides kind
Shadowhawk.
of like, and Abbott kind of like he stops,
I
and
was like
Ironside
two
or
Shadowhawk.
Abbott doesn't, and Abbott like fist towards his face, and then he like flicks his nose, and he's like, "I win," and he's like, "I can't believe you." It's like, "I can't believe you made us do that." He's like, "Hey, it's tradition. It's tradition,
Kemosabe is one of the few people out there really doing in-depth reviews on the books that are coming out. I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
appreciate what he does.
And when you
Yeah.
read his book, you see he's got game. He's got game enough to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if he tells you, looking at the quality of his writing and his ability, it's like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. So if he tells you, that's what I'm hoping is people will read my stuff and kind of accept that
Right.
I know what I'm talking about. That guy right there, that's Obsidian Man. He's one badass mofo. Yeah.
So this is the villain, right?
Yeah, he's the first arc. He's the main villain. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Now there's another where he's battling.
Yeah.
There's another panel there where they're both battling.
Yeah, it's up there, further up.
It's up higher.
So
Yeah.
up higher.
Above
Okay,
that
let's
one.
see this. All right.
Yeah, this is Global Man.
Is this right here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's the artificial being they used to replace Ironsides. He's kind of a mix between the two T2 and the Superman.
Kind of reminds me of like gold and lead from the Metal Men.
Yeah.
Just that panel. Yeah.
Well,
That's
he can change his form on a limited basis, but
yeah.
so occasionally he will be more androgynous, So he's Global Man, and he fits in, he's whatever they want him to be. But that's him and fighting Obsidian Man, and the place where they fought, where he gave him the final blow, is the place where the hole in the ground that became Little Bighorn, basically.
Did you dedicate this book to your brother, or are you?
Yeah, it's my brother Jonathan. Yeah, it's going to be dedicated to him.
Dedicated to him. Yeah.
Yeah. It's to Jonathan. The dreams that we dream as children have become my goals as a man.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that. Put it on his T-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. He was my inspiration. The whole telepathic bunny. One of the inspirations for that was the fact my brother had this white blonde hair, and they called him Cotton Top.
Oh wow.
And so that's the name of my. If you scroll up, there's I got the icon there.
Yeah,
right
there it is.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But his favorite color was green. He had this white blonde hair, so that's the name of my mascot is Cotton Top. And
he just wants to hypnotize you. That's all it is.
Yeah, that too. That too. Buy my comic. Buy
my comic.
Buy my book.
Buy my book. Buy my book.
You wallet from your pockets and purchase this comic.
You are feeling compelled to empty your bank account.
Purchase 20
copies. You want 20 copies.
That's right. I hope you have a retailer bundle.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, retailer
bundle. I don't have a retailer bundle at present. No.
How dare you?
How dare you?
I've never seen anybody. I've never seen anybody that had one ever sell one.
Yeah, you really have to reach out to the retailers and let them know if you're going to be a success with that. I've seen one or two that sold maybe one or two, but not very many. But it's always nice to have it on there.
Yeah,
you might think it's a waste of time, but if you sell 20 copies,
Travis has a question. How many books of Ironside do you plan on doing?
It's community services, the overarching.
Come on, mosquito.
Yeah, But the Escape from Little Bighorn arc is going to have 3 books in it: preambles, articles, and amendments, which is
Oh,
which is 3 parts of the Constitution. So that's the first arc. But the next arc is already planned out. It's going to be a prequel, and then we'll advance this story forward, going book 3. I've got 8 books roughly planned out, but
That's
this
awesome.
will be one of the first one in the first arc. Uh, maybe 9, maybe 9. Uh, but
wow.
yeah, it's going to be an ongoing series for a while. But this is the on ramp. This gets you into the world, and just wanting to, if you're driving on the superhighway and you see the sign, community service up ahead, I'm hoping people will more increasingly more people will take the off ramp there, and
Absolutely.
hang out in my world a while. That's the plan.
Ah, dang.
I built it for you, so there you go.
Only community service I've seen is them cleaning up trash on the
Hmm.
side of the road.
Well, their initial what they're doing there at the Little Bighorn, is cleaning up after that fight between Global Man and Obsidian Man, and
Ah,
because he punched Obsidian Man into the ground and it created this crater and it destroyed a lot of stuff dockside. And so when you first see the community service crew, they're basically cleaning up this mess.
now
You
your
know,
Oh, geez.
brother read comics, right? He got exposed to
um,
comics, or
no,
did he?
no, he
No.
didn't. He it's not to my knowledge.
Yeah.
But he did love heroes. He did love hero fiction. Uh, we both had a love for the Bible characters,
Okay.
Good.
and
Yeah.
the first hero fiction I had was the children's Bible, and
Yeah.
I got addicted to hero fiction from that.
Samson
Yeah,
and other great
David,
heroes of the Bible. Yeah.
Goliath,
David.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
that Jesus dude was pretty powerful. Huh?
Yeah.
Money lenders beware.
There you go.
I
There you
will
go.
whip
Right.
you out of the temple.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Big time.
Well, but yeah, the hero fiction's been a part of the world's fiber from the beginning. From
Oh yeah.
cave paintings on walls.
Cave
I
paintings.
mean,
Yeah, I was gonna take us all the way back to the
yeah,
Lasac or,
right.
cave paintings or
Well,
farther,
the first comics were cave paintings. Think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. They're
You know,
sequential. That's right.
it's sequential art, and it was a narrative involved. Yep, there were comics.
Usually everyday life like hunting, right?
Yeah,
Bison
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever was available.
but they always exaggerated themselves or exaggerated the bison. So
Yeah.
make them. It's pretty much superheroes, superhero comics right there.
In North America, like the Hopi Indians and others depicted similar things, and
Yeah.
it would be interesting if we could see some of the petroglyphs that, if you can call them that, in the Grand Canyon. But that sadly, that's been recorded somewhat, but not fully explored. It's kind of a no go zone.
Well, the reason why is because of the secret museum that somebody discovered down there, and that got emptied out by the Smithsonian,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Oh,
declared
wow.
that off limits. So, and then denied knowledge of it later. So,
Yeah,
yeah, there it is.
plausible deniability.
How
Yeah.
convenient.
Yeah,
No kidding.
Well, I'm not.
I
Don't
have
get
a
me on started
mosquito
conspiracy.
trying to commit suicide or something. It's trying to take
Yeah.
me with it. It's
Oh,
kamikaze
There you go.
Lord.
mosquito.
There you go.
Ooh, the next title of my next book,
There
kamikaze
you go. There you
mosquito.
go. Well, this
Kamikaze
is,
mosquito.
yeah.
Good idea.
Well, that print's going to be with the first 100 backers.
All right,
And
now who
Amer-
is the female character? I saw this on the campaign and was like, did I miss
American
something when
Bliss.
I interviewed him? Who is this?
American Bliss. This is genuine comics.
American Bliss. Yeah, somebody in
God,
the
that's
chat
America.
was going American Bliss, hubba hubba.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, she's from Genuine Comics. She's one of his characters.
Oh,
But
one of Dave's characters. Okay.
Yeah, Dave Brinks. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
she
Yeah.
they did a Crossworlds promotion,
Oh, yeah.
and
That's kind of what we're proposing with this
yeah.
Devil Flyer versus
Fembat.
Right.
Fembat. You're right.
yeah, and I liked this so much, and I asked Dave, I was like, "Can I use this in my campaign?" He said, "Sure, it's yours." He's a little mad and miffed because he'd already gone to production by the time I had this color, and he took one look at it. He's like, "Damn, I want to put that in my book now."
Right.
Yeah.
Can't
But,
blame him.
Yeah, but yeah, I just knew that they looked good together, but I had no idea. Powell did such a brilliant job, and I've got like the original work here. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I see this.
It's a great piece.
Yeah.
Look at
Oh,
that.
there it is.
Mm.
Nice inks. Wow.
Right.
Now, did who drew that now?
Powell Rodrigues.
Okay.
Rodrigues.
Yeah.
So
Sex sells, doesn't it?
it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. So
In the comics,
there you go.
you gotta have sexy
Wow,
women.
yeah. Let's see that
Yeah.
again. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's nice too. Yeah.
That's Matthew
Switch.
Figaro. That's
Figaro?
Matthew Figaro there. Yeah, and
Man.
got one more. Hold on.
Okay.
Are you gonna put any original artwork on the campaign
That's right there.
at all?
I don't. Most of my artists are in digital.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Well, with these campaigns, that original artwork really boosts the
yeah.
sales.
It really does.
It seems
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Well,
People like that original artwork.
Well, there
sketch cards
there is
or
a
something.
print that was done for me by Odin Dasco. That,
Oh yeah, Odin
um,
was on the. He did Unconditional Shove, didn't he?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
was
did.
on the show with me today, as a matter of fact.
Oh wow, really? Yeah. He popped
Maybe
by,
that's why I got 74 views already on it. You
he's
beat
a
out by
handsome
Odin.
man.
You know,
He's a
you were beat
handsome
out by
man.
Odin by only one viewer, but I suspect that will go higher.
The guy's a rock star. Okay.
Oh, I love Unconditional
Not
Shove.
exactly.
Yeah, he's good.
He said he tried with his artwork to be like, I don't know that he put it 50-50, but he tried to have like realism and cartooning style put together, not too realistic, not too cartoony, but a mixture of both.
Yeah.
And I did like the artwork in Unconditional Shove. I think it was one of the best looking books, I would have really gravitated to that even 40 years ago, I would have said, ooh, what's this?
Well, he did a piece for me. Did a piece for Ironsides, basically hanging out, and while he's at the beach, he's like making some money for veteran causes. Let me see if I can find it. It's a pretty cool piece. Let me see if I believe I got it downloaded. Let me check.
Yeah.
Make sure here. Let me make sure I have it. Don't want to tell you something wrong.
I don't know if people are thinking that this is going to be a hard read or complex or what, but I'm really surprised that because I know there's been interest in this. I mean, like I said, I got like 73 views when you were on last time, which is amazing, because usually I don't go that high right now.
Right. Well,
usually I might get 40, 50, but there was a lot of interest in that stream for some reason, and it might be just tweeted out more by people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think my SOS call might have brought more attention to it. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
But okay. Let me
Help
see.
me,
I have
help me.
SOS. The SOS call. Yeah.
Well, it worked. Anyway,
is America dying? Do you think?
I
right
think
now?
I think it's more in danger than it ever has been.
I
Okay.
agree.
But
So that's kind of where the status is. Yeah.
yeah, that's where I
Of
would
it.
put it.
Yeah.
We can't.
What?
We if we have one more Democratic president, we're gone. We're done.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
no
so.
kidding.
Yeah.
I don't
What
even
a,
know if we're going to survive this guy.
Mark
yeah.
Levin with this recently.
It's,
Hey, Black Hat is releasing a book. Said the Democratic Part. The title of it is "The Democratic Party is Anti-American" or something
Hmm.
like that. And he,
Oh yeah.
he's
Well, coming from a rhino, I'll
or
take
hates
that. I
America.
guess.
That's what it's called. Hates America. And
Yeah. Well, coming from a rhino like him, I guess I'll take that. So
oh, is he a rhino? Really?
I didn't know
he's a
that.
rhino. He's a rhino,
Huh.
definitely.
Hmm.
But this is him like raising money for a good cause while he's at the beach. See, the glass arm's the hardest substance known to mankind in this world. Nobody's ever been able to dent it or even crack it, you know. And so
Uh-huh.
he's just sitting there. He's going to read his book on the beach and raise money for veteran causes, you know. Uh,
Oh,
20 bucks
is
a
that what
pop.
they're trying to do?
Well,
Is crack the
tw-
arm? They've
yeah,
got
Yeah,
solved those.
yeah,
scratch
the,
the arm, win $10,000, only
There you
$20
go.
per attempt. All proceeds to
yeah,
veterans
yeah,
causes.
Sledgehammer, maybe. Yeah,
yeah.
That's a great
that's
idea.
cool.
Well, I mean, people are doing, you know, there's like you see that's cracked. He's got a, you know, so people are doing their best, and he's just sitting there, you know,
Yeah, that one
he's just
guy's
hanging
got a
out.
knife. It's like, I gotta put. I'm gonna
Yeah,
stab you. I'm gonna
I'm gonna
shank you.
stab him. Yeah, right.
Well, all they have to do is like he tells them all they have to do is scratch it. That's all you have to
That's
do.
that's pretty
But he
neat.
knows that. Yeah,
That's pretty
It's a
neat
good
because
idea.
I think Captain America's shield's supposed to be a combination between two made up metals, right? Which are
adamantium and vibranium.
Yeah,
vibranium
Yeah.
and
adamantium.
adamantium. And yet I see occasional dramatic
Mhm.
cover or something where the shield is cracked, and I'm like, yeah. I
Should
mean,
be
if you
that's
say
supposed to be
it's
impossible.
unbreakable, you just lost me, you know?
Well, I mean, I saw it stand up to Johnny Storm going Nova in Secret Wars.
Yeah, and
Uh,
that's pretty hot.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you saw Captain America got like curled it behind it and told him just don't hold back, because Ultron had a hold of him, and
Wow.
and he went Nova Flame, and it was probably hot as hell behind there, but you know, his shield protected him.
Well,
So
this guy's arm's kind of like that. If it's unbreakable,
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
it's
it's the
not a
hard.
shield,
Yeah.
but it's my whole arm there.
Well,
That's unbreakable.
yeah, he's later on he's going to stick his fist in the end of a tank, and
Oh Lord.
Cool.
the tank's going to blow up, and the hand's going to be
But that's not
unconscious.
in this issue.
Not in this issue, no.
Okay. All right.
So
Yeah.
he basically just realized that he can move it. So he's still kind of
Is this a
rediscovering.
promo piece that Odin did? What is this now again?
Odin just said he wanted to contribute to
Uh-huh.
my campaign,
That's awesome.
and
That's
I
very
just came up
cool.
with this idea, and he's like, "Oh, I could draw that," and so that's what he drew. But he even drew the wood grain and everything. But Mika did a colored piece. I thought I had it downloaded, but evidently I don't.
Mhm.
But she did a genius job on it. It looks great. But
Wow.
well, I figure Ironside's just not the kind of guy that just spend beach time without finding a way to make it
I
productive.
probably
So,
I probably asked you this before, T, but what did you like reading growing up, comic book wise?
um, well, to be honest, I'd never really had a lot of comics when I was
Right.
growing up.
Uh-huh.
I'd managed to acquire comics when I was about 12 years old, and
Okay.
I read the hell out of them,
Yeah.
everyone I had. But I mostly it was the secondary Marvel stuff. Like
Oh, that's what I started with. They were like from a year before my neighbor broke his leg, and
yeah,
he said, "Yeah, I'm going to put these comics in a yard sale." And I said, "Oh, I want them," and sold me like 5 or 6 issues for like 50 cents.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
and
What a
it
deal.
was a Defenders number 15,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
and there was a 60 one of those 60-page thick
Hmm.
Legion of Superhero
Oh,
Right,
wow.
books,
right.
and I forget what else, but I loved
Nice.
it, man. I just didn't
Yeah,
realize that comics came out every month and were
Yeah.
yeah.
continued. You know,
Yeah.
Well,
derivative of mystical god Vulcan's adamantium metal. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
There's
Yeah,
all these components. Black Hat Cinephile.
Well, the thing about his hand and
adamantium time.
yeah, the thing about his hand is it's basically uh, the alien technology that they attacked him with was a ray that the aliens used to create warp crystal. So they
Okay.
basically would transform whatever world they go to, they were able to like uh, basically restock their warp core
If
by
it was Star Trek, we'd call it dilithium.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so they didn't really understand it. They knew what it could do, but they didn't really understand what it
Now,
was.
if
And
it's like energized like that, would it be giving off low level radiation?
no, it's
No.
just it's a crystal lattice basically. It's a basically uh, his it basically is a battery. Uh, and what he's
Okay.
discovered along the way. Cycle down to these pages that I've got posted.
Isn't
Uh,
like lithium? Wouldn't that be like slightly radioactive? Anything that's kind of energized like that, or I
well,
don't know.
no, it's just it's basically it's just a crystal that allows him to project his power.
Does it
Like you,
glow? It glows, right?
Oh,
yeah,
here?
like you
Yeah.
see right there,
Uh,
where he levitates that boat he's in. Didn't even realize he's
uh,
doing it.
Oh,
He kind
wow.
of loses control a little bit and
that's kind of
levitates the
like a
boat.
Green Lantern in a way, huh?
Well, his friend there is closer to Green Lantern. His friend can take any water and create a construct out of it.
Yeah,
His
now
name's
that's pretty
Killhauler.
cool.
That is
So he
cool.
could make like a bowl of water around your head and suffocate you,
Yes, he
make
could.
you drown.
Oh,
Yes, he
that's
could.
crazy.
Uh,
Wow.
At one point to like mess up West with radars that were trying to track them, he created a boat out of water, and sent it in a different trajectory. So he's a pretty powerful guy. He was once mistaken as a Greek god, but he's not on Ironside's level. So this is kind of like Ironside's kind of like sit down, boy, in a kind of way, But
Oh, wow.
he's trying to talk him out of it because it's a death. He's going into a death trap, and he knows it.
Uh,
And he's trying to say, you don't have this responsibility anymore. They took it away from you, and so and it's like this is Ironside's kind of losing his temper, saying, "You think I don't know what they took from me? You think I don't know what they did to me? I know, you know." But he says, if I don't intervene, uh, if I let them get away with it, then I'm dead. I'm a dead man already, you know.
wow. Yeah.
So
I have a question. Travis Perrick has a question. Do you provide thumbnails for your art team? Also, how involved are you with the visual storytelling?
well, I don't provide thumbnails, and I'm sure that Ed wishes I did,
Oh,
because this page right here, we actually had an argument over, because he he told me, I looked at it and I was like, that's not what I had in mind, and he's like, well, that's what you gave me. That's the guidelines you gave me, and I said, no, it wasn't. And then I went back later and I read my guidelines and I was like, oh shit, yeah, he's
uh,
right. And
he's
so
right.
I apologized to him and gave him the right guidelines, and this is what he came back with.
Oh,
And then
I
Mika
can't.
colored it. It's just they're
It
super
makes
great.
it
But
makes it very interesting. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, this this is one of my favorite pages that they've ever done. Just the drama of it, the little flecks of power, the dawn. It's just dawning.
Yeah.
And yeah, just Mika. Mika's just the colors that she comes up with. It's just genius. Both of them are just genius.
Oh wow.
Like this is Kill Holler making him a
A bridge.
artificial dock out of water.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah, there is walking
so you
across.
it's just get off my boat, you landlubber. It's like stay out of the rum. It's like no promises, friend. I either I either he says I'll either drink to you or drink to your stubborn patriotic corpse. He says, but either way, I'm drinking. You know.
Imagine this character back in biblical times. When
Yeah.
Jesus walked on water and
Right.
did some miracles. Well, this guy would
Well,
have been a mainstay.
Kill Holler actually met Jesus.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really? Good gosh.
And there's a conversation that I don't know if I'm going to put in the comic or in something else, but where Ironsides is it's a believer. He's a Christian,
Yeah.
and he asked Killholler, "Is Jesus just another expressor?" And
Hmm.
and Killholler's like, "I've been around the most powerful expressors known to mankind, and he was something else."
That's wild. Hey, why
So
not?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a parallel world. So I mean, who's to say they didn't have their own Jesus?
Yeah, that's true.
But if parallel worlds do exist, I'm sure that the Son of Man would have found a way to save its people.
Yeah.
Uh,
Looks like you have stretch goals going on here.
yeah, it's the chibi. I might include that anyway. It's just such a cool little sticker.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is. But it says Washington crossing the Delaware, or Ironsides crossing the Delaware, kind of thing. But the swimsuit pinup calendar, I've got a couple entries already. I got listed down below.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
there's summer.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's Ironsides, like in World War II, and that's Ironsides now. And
Okay. What
uh,
about switch pinup would be kind of nice.
yeah,
Nice
I
little,
know, I
yeah.
know. I
Maybe
wouldn't. I probably already have us book funded if I did that. So
imagine American Bliss if Dave would let you use that character for a calendar.
yeah. There you go.
Oh
There you
man, that'd sell it.
go.
So 6,000 for an Ironsides sticker, and I reach 8,000 for a swimsuit. If you get 10,000, Ironsides Abbott from Companyman Ash Can. Oh,
Yeah.
I love ash cans. This will be something.
Yeah, it's a story about Abbott and Ironsides meeting and commiserating over Captain America,
Oh
talking
wow.
about what happened to Captain America. It's a little meta, but
Okay.
it's like every patriotic character is going to have to carry that burden, because he can't do it anymore.
Yeah. I guess you
So
use 6 a.m. comics for the stickers, right?
yeah, that's
Oh, there you go.
actually in his. That's Ironsides is actually in his collage,
Nice.
so upper left hand corner.
Oh, okay. Let me look at that upper left hand corner.
Of the collage, the 6 a.m. collage.
Oh, where's it? Down here or up? It's up, isn't it?
I don't have it on here, but I actually have a
Oh.
copy of it. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, copy. Cool.
Yeah, let me see. Where is that? I think it's under. Yeah, yeah, 6 a.m. collage. I mean, of all the characters in CG.
Yeah.
It's just a really incredible piece. Let me see if I can find it right quick. Send it thumbnail. Let's see here. Yeah. Basically, one of the really cool things that I've got is the FERA files. It's essentially it's a world building exercise that I'm going to allow people like in on. It's going to have a dictionary of terms. It's going to have interviews with community service people, introductory short stories.
Oh, cool.
So, let's see, where is that? Oh, I know where it's at. Hold on. I think it's over here. Let's see. No. I know that somewhere. Um, I don't look like I can find it. Oh,
Oh,
never
it's
mind.
okay.
It's anyway. 6 a.m.'s got that collage. It's a upper left hand corner. It's in there.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is the campaign.
Man,
It's
yeah,
I stand by it. I'm very proud of it.
I would too. I mean, yeah. So yeah, you guys go ahead and I have the link here.
Mhm.
Let's set that up. Yep, community service. Yeah, click on the link. Give that some support. A good Star Spangled campaign. If you
Right, right.
believe in hopefully our freedoms will still be exist
Yeah.
in our such a turbulent times right now. So it'd be a good idea to support. If you love America, you'll love community service and on Fund My Comics. There you go.
Well, I think I was thinking about this the other day. That the theme of the whole book is freedom.
Yeah.
And I think in a lot of ways, this book is about like the founding fathers' vision for the country, uh, clashing with what it's become.
Yeah.
And so because this guy is the throwback, he was there when it was written. He knows the deep magic. He was there, and so basically this is him. You know, uh, you know, like I said, give me liberty, give me death. You know,
Mm.
his people are being enslaved and being their liberties are being trampled upon. This is his tea party. He's going to
Oh,
stand in the gap or die
definitely.
trying. So
Does it ever mention in the book what year he was born, or have you developed it yet?
he
That
doesn't
idea?
he doesn't remember
Oh,
what
okay.
year he was born.
Wow.
He was all he remembers. He remembered, he remembers his mother's name, but that's about all he remembers of his early childhood. And
Oh, wow.
they died in the cholera outbreak, and he was put into a workhouse at a very young age. And then he was taken
Yeah.
from the workhouse and put on a ship, sent to the New World. And when he arrived in the New World and was taken in by this man, uh, he discovered a home for the first time in his life. And so America's his home.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
he's got an investment in it. This is the only place he's going to hang his hat. And this is well, part of why he stay stuck for 50 years is because he thought he was part of protecting her,
Oh,
part of
okay.
the intelligence apparatus, and then he finds out that they basically phased him out a long time ago, and the young jackass that's over him kind of like says, "I'm just babysitting you. We do it all by computer now. You know, you're a
Oh, Lord.
dinosaur. You know,
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
it's like I wish you would just go ahead and die so I could get back and do something important.
Oh, wow.
And so Ironsides goes in the next room and he writes his resignation, and he walks into the office. He grabs the little pipsqueak by the front of his shirt, lifts him
Yeah.
up, puts him up against the wall. He says, "Next time your computers do a threat assessment, have them do one on me. You'll find it informative." And
That's enough for me to buy
he
this
lowers
book.
him to the ground, straightens his shirt, hands him the resignation, then he walks out. So
I can see that as a movie. That would be, oh man, like maybe Angels. I see an Angel Studios
yeah.
superhero type production. They would do something like this. I can imagine. You
well,
put out Sound of Freedom. Why not put this one out? Like, wow,
this will be a hell of a budget. I
that
have to
would be
say.
hell of a budget. So maybe a $50 million budget or something.
Right, right. People think I'm like spilling a lot of the beans, but honestly, there's some really cool things that you won't see until you get the book. There's
Oh yeah.
some really neat stuff that I got in that book. Um, there's some characters you haven't met yet that are really. I mean, I'm kind of introducing people to Switch because she's kind of a co-lead of the book. Uh,
Yeah.
she and her and all of her vapid, glorious, but she's just seems to be just such a shallow person, but she's got this streak of heroism when she's not paying attention, and
Yeah.
she doesn't even realize it, But she's just a neat character.
Oh,
And
that'd be great.
Arksider fell in love with her. He drew her from every time I turn around, I'm like, dude, I need you to like draw the other characters, develop the other characters. But he drew her
Yeah.
like 7 or 8 times,
Oh, I
Just
can see why.
yeah. He's really in love with her. I mean, this she's like the Paris Hilton of this world. If you took Amy Schumer, Paris Hilton, and maybe add in some Hunter Biden. Uh,
Oh Lord.
she's politically connected, and she's never had to she's always been able to say, who my father is, and she's one of
Yeah.
those. And she should be in jail because she was there to protest, and her intervention actually caused somebody to get killed,
Oh
and she
wow.
had an involuntary manslaughter charge against her, and they gave her
Hmm.
community service because she's a senator's daughter. So,
Oh geez. Did
but
she ever expose any cocaine inadvertently in the White House and just left it
she's
alone?
exposed everything. Okay, she's got a sex tape. All right,
Ooh, there you go.
she uploaded it.
Scandal.
But she uploaded it was $2.6 million dollars off of it, but
Oh Lord.
let's just cover it in some dialogue, and somebody's like, wait a second, because she's like, I don't belong here, I shouldn't be here, why am I in danger, and it's like, I've never done, and she kind of like lists her crimes, like, oh, all I've done is like parked in handicap a few times, and and there's that one sex tape, but and it's like why did I, but she's like, wait a second, that inadvertent sex tape, you uploaded it to your website, and she's like, it's like, well, life hands you lemons, you make 2.6 million, it's like 2.6 million. She's like, it was in high def, you know.
Oh wow.
So I mean, she's just she's a party girl because the maintenance protocol that turns anytime the Soltrons get turned on in a human, uh, it like takes their bodies to the like peak of their human strength,
Yeah.
and like keeps them frozen there.
Mm.
And because of that, the expressors, which are the superpowered people, they all look like superheroes. They're all
Yeah.
and she's actually in her 50s, but she's been party girl for over like most of her life. So, uh, but
But she,
she looks in her 20s, like mid to late 20s. So
maybe her powers kind of make her somewhat youthful, I suppose.
yeah, let's see, but like I said, she'll either like boost your powers or destroy them or cancel them. She can't control it,
Okay,
So
that's right. That's a
yeah,
switch.
she's a chaos roll. You don't know what you're gonna get there.
That's
Uh,
true. Now, which one is Obsidian? Of course, is the one in the black,
yeah,
and the guy Global. What's his name?
global
Global.
man, global
Global
man.
man. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
S-
They think they control him. They believe that he's like their apparatus. So he's basically a superhero that they can order around.
Yeah.
Female Bam Margera.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
good.
true. Yeah, I would say the female Bam. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, but Global Man, he's kind of like he like takes care of American business overseas and in the world. And if there's somebody like that really gets out of hand, super powered, they bring him in to take him down. Um, but they don't even understand they triggered something that created him. That was in the code, the source code uh, of these soltrons is what they're called, the little nanites. And and so they triggered it and they don't even understand it. And he was created, so he's a created being that seems to take their orders. Uh, but how long is that going to last? And does he have an ulterior motive? And if he's a doomsday device, you know, they
Oh,
don't
wow.
they just they're messing with something that they don't understand with him.
Okay. So, sort of like how the Silicon Valley people with the Chat GPT don't know what they're messing with.
Exactly, exactly. I did now that didn't exist when I created Global Man, but it's becoming pretty, you know. But basically, you let the genie out of the bottle. You don't know what's going to happen after the genie gives you three wishes, right?
Oh yeah.
And after the three wishes, he's technically free. And you know, are you sure that you want to be around when that happens, right?
Oh yeah. No kidding. I'm gonna go ahead and kind
Okay.
of refresh. I know we don't have many people watching tonight, but of course, being Saturday night, everyone's live streaming pretty much. I'm going to see if I can refresh this and see if there's any difference here.
Okay, no problem.
See what the heck's going on.
That would be awesome.
And let's see.
Oh, it's going to populate. All right.
Where'd it go?
It's at the top.
Yeah, very top. Tippy top.
Looks like a great
And we got,
project.
Holy crap.
$540. Looks like has it changed?
Yeah, it changed. It went from 510 to 540.
Well, thank you. We had a backer.
Hey.
Whoever backed it, please put in the chat what
know.
number you are, and thank you.
1976 days to go. I mean, 76 days to go.
1776.
1776. Yeah, well, in my
right?
time, it was 1976, the bicentennial.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
wow.
Whoever it is, if it's on this show,
Yeah,
I
thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
And in a few years, 2026, it'll be 250 years, right?
Yeah.
200.
Right.
Yeah.
We're coming up on another big anniversary within our lifetime.
2026.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I'll make it to 300, but I'll try. Kind of like Haley's Comet, came around, and I think it
did.
Was it 87?
1970. What is it? 1976?
No, it was mid 80s. It was mid 80s.
Oh, it was
yeah.
80s. Oh, it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
86, 87, somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah.
I think it was, mid 80s. Yeah.
Comes around every 72 years. Is that right?
Actually, let me see. My aunt died at 86, and I believe that was about 2 years before that. So about 84. I think it's 84, 85.
Yeah. Aha, I got that mosquito.
Yeah,
oh, good.
Yeah.
Yay.
But I brought in a cicada a while ago. It was
You did?
attacked me right as I was going in the door and got on my back, and I didn't realize I was bringing it in. And then I felt it, and I threw it off of me, and it's buzzing around here. It's in the house now.
Those things are scary looking.
You having some insect supervillains invading your house, Rex. That's
well,
crazy.
see, what I do is I spray the back of my yard really good, and it actually brings the cicadas out and attacks their nervous system. It takes them 3 or 4 days to die.
Wow.
Because they're such large insects, but it does bring them out of gestation, out of the trees.
How about
And
that?
if they see any movement, like they will, I've often opened the back door and they'll just poof, hit me right in the chest.
Wow.
This one attacked me at the back of my neck like some kind of vampire bat. And apparently it was still on there. I thought I got it off, but I brought it in and I finally felt it and said, what the hell? And threw it off, and it's buzzing around here now.
It's 86. I was right. 86.
86. Okay.
86. Okay. I knew it was 86 or 87. I couldn't remember. But so I would have to go quite a ways to see it again. 100.
Yeah. How much? That's some. Yeah. We're like
Abby's
very
trying
old
to
men.
get it. but there's no way.
It's supposed to come around 2061.
2061. Jeez.
Yeah.
I would be 98 years old if I were to still
Yeah.
be around.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Hot damn. I think might can make it if I take better care of myself.
It would be
I get hit by a
coming back
bus.
what year? What year would it be coming back?
2061.
Yeah,
2061. Wow.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I would be in my 90s at that point.
Yeah, I'll be 98.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
old farts. Just
Old farts, man.
I might be able to get to see now. Mark Twain, he was the year he was born, Halley's Comet, and the year he died was Halley's Comet.
Wow.
That's pretty wild,
interesting.
isn't it?
Yeah. That is wild. Wow.
Harbinger of Doom, American writer, Mark Twain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah. Anybody know his real name?
Samuel
Clemens.
There you go.
Samuel Longhorn Clemens.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a brilliant man. My favorite thing he ever said was when one of his chief critics passed away, somebody asked him what he thought about it. He says, "Well, it strikes me that nothing so became him in life as his leaving of it."
Yeah, he was a little snarky with his comments, wasn't he?
Yeah.
There was a little cynicism, I think, in most of his comments.
Yeah, he was American original, definitely. But never lost that boy. He was always had that. So 540, that's awesome. I'm at 11%. That's not bad.
That's good. Thanks very much.
I've been working hard today. This is my third stream today. So
well, good. We'll keep it up, man. You'll break out of that gap there.
Well, honestly, I think when the people, the EPS and ISOM hit at around the same time as me launching, and I don't think that gave me any favors.
Yeah,
So.
I hear that, but yeah, just keep on keeping on. We'll get on some more streams, and got to put that bait in the water. See whoever catches it.
Right.
Bring it on. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Dojo Coon with his project, he was right up to the 9th hour and just got funded his 5,000 on his last project.
Wow.
Projectile Reptile.
Projectile
Reptile, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and he's had some that didn't fund, I mean, in between his Siamese cat or Siamese, I think it's called, project and Projectile Reptile. So,
well, the Siamese project left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths because it was obviously repurposed. I mean, it was sold like as a brand new book. And then when you got it, it was obviously repurposed. I mean, it wasn't even remastered. It was like just reprinted, And
that kind of sounds like, the web comics that were published by Adam Post.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like that because there was like issues with margins. There was issues with the way
borders
things fit on pages and things like that. And it just looked like it was like slapped together, and he didn't do himself any favors with that. He really did. And the second book, he was advertising that is like along the same lines as the Siamese twins, and so people that got the first book were like, "Well, I'm not going to get that," But then, as soon as people figured out Projectile Reptile is like a entirely new piece, with new art and everything.
The other was Torah something. I can't remember. I actually backed that book.
Toro Tales.
Yeah, I actually backed that book. That was the first project that I.
Well, I thought he made a mistake because he wants two books at one time, and the one that I thought he really should have stuck with was the one with the author, the female author. I can't remember the name of it, but I thought that was like an already established IP, and she's already had a bestseller with it, and that's the one I thought he should have stuck with, but he jettisoned that one on behalf of Toro Tales, and so I never quite understood that because it was going to be
Decisions.
all new art and everything. So
Wow. Yeah, it's important how these decisions come about. Try to make the right one stick.
oh, I made my share of mistakes. I mean, I
Oh, me
just
too.
you know
Yeah,
I've
I
made
guess we all
definitely
do.
more than my share.
Yeah.
With that launch, my launch didn't go as I planned, and I had a bunch of cancellations and things that happened because of the incident 2 months ago, and
Oh.
and because of that, I got really depressed and kind of in my own head, and
Mm.
I kind of got paralyzed for a whole week of vacation. I was off, and
Oh.
I just kind of I didn't do anything, and
Yeah.
I'll regret that. If this thing doesn't fund, it's because of that probably.
Yeah.
But
Well, there's times you have to readjust yourself, and
yeah,
there's times you have to really do that just so to get your bearings straight and see what
right,
the next plan's going to be.
yeah,
And at times that can be therapeutic to you. You never know.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, I had my butt kicked in like I woke up Saturday morning to this DM from somebody saying, "Do you not like your IP?" And it's not that don't like my IP enough; it's that I like my IP too much, uh,
Mm.
and that this is my baby,
Yeah.
and so I've crafted this in my in seclusion in my own room, and having it go out into the world and not be immediately just met with adulation,
can we
Yeah.
see your custom made figure?
Yeah.
Have you
You have a
shown
custom
Oh
that?
made
yeah,
figure? I don't see
yeah.
that.
Oh
Huh.
yeah.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Did you do that or did you have someone?
Bad on Face did it. Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's wow. Yeah.
got the glass arm, so
Uh huh.
it's actually got some
Right.
paint on it to make it glow, but it's just really
Whoa.
cool.
So
He's
did he just take an action figure and
yeah,
paint it,
yeah
or did he just?
he took an Iceman action figure and
Oh,
painted
wow.
over everything but the arm. So
Oh, that's
Now, with
something.
his eye replacement, would that make him sort of cybernetic?
um, it's not cybernetics. It's basically an Oculus. Basically, it's a headpiece essentially. It's there's no mechanics in
It
there.
kind of reminds me of an old steel plate.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
basically, he figured out that the eye is connected to the arm. So if he doesn't keep the eye covered, then it overcharges the arm,
Oh
and
wow!
Mm.
so when he re acquired the Argonaut armor, which he uses, um, the he had it craft a headpiece that would essentially allow like open the aperture around his eye enough to let in the light,
Hmm.
but not overcharge the arm. Because if he overcharges the arm, he taps into the to the Earth's gravitational field,
Oh,
and
wow.
if he does that, then bad things ensue. Bad things.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, geez.
If he ever wanted to go supernova, he
yeah,
could. Yeah.
yeah. He's technically a Class D. He's the only two Class Ds. Global Man being the other one,
It
and
seems like to me that if you overcharge the arm, it might explode
well,
or
the
he might
arm's just
shatter.
basically arm's just basically a battery. It's like a what overcharge is not exactly the word. It's like between the difference between direct current and alternating current. Um, so if he just uses the power that's in the arm, that's stored in the arm, uh, then he's fine. But if he goes direct current and taps directly into the gravitational field, he's way more powerful. But if he loses control of it, that's the end of Earth. So
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
Now,
I mean, not
That's
can he fire something akin to repulsor blast from that arm?
uh, Nah, he can extend the field out and like grab things with it, change the
Okay.
gravitational field of something. Um,
So he could
and
create like a giant hand to reach out and grab somebody
yeah, essentially he could. Yeah,
or swat somebody away.
yeah, he could.
That's pretty cool.
If he's tapped into the to the world's gravitational field, it would be like getting slapped by a planet. So,
Wow. Yeah.
Dang.
but yeah, he's kind of kept it under wraps. They don't know he's that powerful because if they did, they'd probably come after him. So he's kind of kept it under wraps that he's that powerful.
Yeah, I'm doing a story, Momentum Future Visions, where it shows you my character's 250 years in the future,
No, okay,
and and
That's
one of
right.
the one of the heroes that is a modern day hero but has
yeah,
survived to that time is Cortex, which is
hmm
basically a disembodied brain that in our time has an android body that he kind of
right,
controls. So he does have a body,
uh,
and the brain head just sort of sits on it. But in the future, he's just the disembodied body. I mean, I'm sorry, the disembodied brain, but he has all these cybernetic connections that have been actually at some point in that 250 years have been implanted, which makes him more powerful. He's almost like a living weapon where with but a thought he could wipe out New York.
right.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just ultra powerful. So he's kind of like,
Well,
a mind
my
level.
big bad is called the progenitor, and
Hmm.
he basically is like a virus in the source code of the Soltrons, and uh, so basically if he can basically he'll inhabit somebody's they'll wear him like a skin suit essentially.
Wow.
Um,
An egg
but
gain, huh?
That's kind of
Wow.
like Dead Man when he possesses somebody.
Yeah.
yeah, but
It's a skin suit. Wow.
in this case, he also can create copies of himself. They call the progeny, and they can create up to three more. But they're relying on him. They have to do what he give to follow his orders.
Kind
But
of
they're
like
essentially,
hive mentality.
well, not really. They're actually copies of him,
Okay,
and
Oh.
so all right.
but
So
they're never happy about that, you know. But so he's essentially because he can't be everywhere, so he creates like copies of himself. Uh,
it's sort of like No Man from Thunder Agents, I'm thinking. Back in the
okay,
'60s.
To a
Yeah.
certain degree, I get a John Romita Jr. vibe off
mhm,
this piece that's up on the screen right now.
yeah.
Yeah, a
I
little
don't know
bit.
why. It just seems kind of like, something John Romita Jr. would draw.
Can you imagine him drawing that?
Mhm.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He
Wow.
Well,
he's kind of like loved and hated. There's
mhm.
because
Yeah,
his style has kind of changed over time, especially since his early days.
a little bit. Yeah.
I
But
think he gets some more hate than he deserves, and
Yeah,
yeah,
because
I
mainly
agree.
because he's people view him as like being the victim of nepotism or the beneficiary of nepotism. But he's actually very talented, very
He
talented.
yeah.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, I mean, he got to learn from his father, one of the best that sadly just passed away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
about a month ago. I think it
Yeah.
was exactly a month ago, the
it
15th,
was.
actually.
Yeah, it was
Oh
June.
Yeah.
wow. How about that? June
So,
15th.
Yeah.
and
Wow.
I was asked by Glenn Fleming to write a article on for his
Mhm.
next magazine coming up
That'd be great.
Oh,
on
cool.
John Romita Sr. So that's Comics Unlimited issue 13 that'll be coming out.
Oh,
Ooh,
cool.
yeah.
It's
Cool.
a
Check it
quarterly
out.
magazine he
All right.
designs and comes out with
Well, thank you,
Okay.
to the
gentlemen.
UK.
Thank you for that boost. I really appreciate it.
You bet.
Uh, that's awesome. That's the biggest
All
jump
right.
I've seen since day one. So that's
Oh,
awesome.
there you, well, that's a little bit of something that helps. It sure does.
Yeah, yeah, it
Well, it's
does.
great.
It does.
It's great having you. And
Yeah,
I'd
thank
like
you.
to thank people came in here. Of course,
Hmm.
Devil Flower was first, and of course
Yeah,
Travis Perrick
right,
and Ferris came in. Hey, and Shadowhawk
right.
and Black Hat Cinephile. Yes, 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 indeed.
Hmm.
Great, great, very good show. tonight. And we're going to wrap it up. So where can they find you, T Bunny?
Um, my channel is called The Rabbit Hole. It's on YouTube. Uh, yeah, I'm also on Twitter mostly. If you check my profile on Twitter, it's got the link to the rabbit holes and go straight there.
Did
And
I give you a wrench by any chance? I don't think I did I? Oh.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Go ahead and
If
type
he
something
will,
in the
if
go ahead and
he'll
type
leave a
something in the
comment,
chat.
then yeah,
Yeah.
you can wrench that dude up.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead and type something and I probably should have asked you to do that beforehand. I didn't even think about it. Wow.
No problem.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. There it is. Yeah, definitely. Okay, good. I've now made you a moderator. Yes,
I
you have been
appreciate it.
christened with a wrench. Go ahead and type something in the chat real quick about your YouTube channel where they can find you on maybe Twitter or Instagram or
Right.
you know,
Right.
Facebook, perhaps all these other.
And you can take us all down the rabbit hole with you.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
us down the
There
rabbit hole.
You're not at one of those 10 hat conspiracy theorists, are you?
I have been known to dabble.
Yeah. I always like to ask
As
you
most people do these days.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
that. Dabbler.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah, I'm a dabbler. To tell you the truth, the time I did cannabis and conspiracies with our friend Belmont,
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
I basically made myself a lot more paranoid human being.
Hmm.
I went to some pretty dark places with that. Um,
Oh yeah.
some of my favorite conspiracies are all the stuff surrounding the Titanic sinking. I thought that was pretty open and shut, but it is not. Uh,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
also the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
Uh,
That-
the Smithsonian's a lot more sinister than I ever would have believed.
They're kind
Uh,
of covering up the giants that used to exist, huh?
I
yeah,
was reading about
that
that. Yeah.
That and then I guess you said also the petroglyphs in
hmm
that are off limits in the Grand Canyon.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I
yeah,
don't think I want to know this story. It'd make me paranoid.
well,
Yeah.
we
Don't trust anything the system says Black
right,
Cat.
right. Well, we covered a lot of topics on that show, but there's several
Is
times
he not
where
doing that show anymore?
no, we agreed to part ways about 2 months ago, and well, I don't know. I told him I'd hoped he continues it with somebody else, because
Yeah.
it's a really good show, and I thought it was
Had a good
benefit.
premise to it.
Well, he decided to retool it anyway because he wouldn't get the rewatches he thought he should.
Uh-huh.
And we wouldn't get the initial contact that he thought we should, and then the blow up happened, and we agreed to part ways, and
Yeah, you still friends?
well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there'll be a reconciliation someday. I kind of hope so, but
Yeah.
you
Are
know,
you
things are
old
sad,
enough
so.
to have watched Leonard Nimoy on In Search of?
In search of, yeah, we did Coral Castle. We used a clip from that.
Oh,
Oh
down
wow.
Florida, Coral
Nice.
Castle.
Yeah,
That's
Coral
an.
Castle's.
What did you find out about that, T? You
Well,
think he
found out
used
this little
levitation?
shrimpy, tiny Serbian guy
Yeah.
came over and healed himself of tuberculosis, which is supposed to be impossible. Uh, got a piece of property outside of Tampa Bay, and created a edifice entirely by himself, and with
In about
no
20 years, didn't it take him about 20 years?
yeah, about 20 years, and it had these all these incredible features. Like it had a gate that could be pushed open by an elderly woman with one hand, that was perfectly balanced. But when it broke, nobody, all the engineers from colleges across the country couldn't fix it.
Whoa.
But yeah, This little shrimpy guy did all this, and he got beat up by some thugs from the city, uh, trying thinking he had a cache of money somewhere, and he decided he needed to move far away from the city, and so he hired a truck and he loaded it up himself, moved it to a new location, and then set it all back up by himself, and
Wow.
that's where it stands today.
Hmm.
Uh, he was all about 5'4" or something like that. He's a little tiny guy.
Yeah, and we're talking rocks that he constructed this thing that weigh tons.
Tons,
Yeah,
tons.
kind of like the
Whoa.
pyramid. And a
Yeah.
lot of people thought he tapped into levitation to move the rocks.
Well, he said he did. That's what he was using. He was using the same
Right.
technology that they used to create the pyramids. And but he like there's an incident where a guy drove the truck up, and he told him, he says, we'll go around the corner there and I'll load it up. He's like, what? He said, because he had this big gigantic granite pillar just sitting there. And he says, I'll load it up. He says, you just go and, smoke a cigarette or something. And so he went and smoked a cigarette. And he says, I'm ready. And he comes back around the corner, and that big granite pillar was on the back of his truck.
Wow.
Whoa.
And, but yeah, I mean, there's things like that. And there's more in this world than is dreamt of the ratio, that whole thing.
Inexplicable.
Inexplicable, yeah.
Big time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I mean, the whole thing about J.P. Morgan, the Federal Reserve, and everybody that could have stopped him were on the Titanic, which was owned by White Star Lines, which was owned by J.P. Morgan.
Oh wow.
Right. Yeah.
And there's a book that came out 10 years before the Titanic that had the entire formula laid out, the size of the ship, where it sank, how it sank, everything in this book called Futility, the sinking of the Titan, and it went and it pretty much went down exactly what was in that book, and which J.P. Morgan would have had access to because he owned the publishing company that the book came out in,
Oh.
and so the if somebody was that rich, let's say Scrooge McDuck rich, he was. This is back before, this is back robber baron ages where I think about 12 families own the almost entire, a quarter of the national GDP of America.
Titan.
Well,
Yeah.
Citizen Kane was based on
The Titans. Like
Randolph Hearst, yeah.
Randolph Hearst, that owned all the newspapers and things. So he was
So-
one of those back in the barren days that and
Right.
I guess Henry Ford was kind of sort of in that
yeah.
Rockefeller.
The Rockefellers, definitely.
Yeah. Of
the,
course,
uh,
Carnegie before them.
The Vanderbilts.
The
Vanderbilts,
Vanderbilts, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
But,
talking,
Well, right after J.P. Morgan created an artificial.
Rothschilds, yeah.
Yeah, he
Rothschilds,
created
yeah.
He and a bunch of billionaire friends got together and created an artificial depression, where because they controlled so much of the world's GDP, and so suddenly they started agitating for a Federal Reserve. Okay, and so around this time he acquired White Star Lines in England. And then suddenly they got commissioned two boats, Olympia and the Titanic, and the exact dimensions of the Titanic, were from exactly the ones that were in the Titan.
Now,
book.
the Olympia was sunk as well, right?
No, the Olympia it eventually sunk, but it was like scuttled later. But no, it didn't sink.
What are you working on, Apex, before we get out of here? What you got on the
well,
table?
I'm working on, let's see, let me blow myself up here. We're on page 7 for the mini comic. This one right here.
Okay.
Enforcers Inc. Mini comic that you and I Hacks were going to have each do.
Yep.
It's going to be page 7 of this. So there you go.
Awesome.
Drawing the robot that's falling against the building.
I named that one character. It came to me Harbinger. His name is Harbinger.
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 Really?
Uh,
Oh,
yeah, this character here. Let me show you.
oh
And
yeah.
this will be
Let's show it.
like the size of my mini comic.
Oh wow. Okay.
So his
So it's
so his name is Harbinger, and then there's another
nice. That's
picture of
cool.
Dirty Joe there.
Dirty Joe. That's
Yeah,
pretty neat.
his name's going to be Harbinger.
So your
Sort of
entire book is
generic
gonna.
name, but it works.
So your entire book's gonna be white and black, white over
Not
black.
necessarily. Those were just kind of tests. I
Oh
wanted to work
yeah.
on white on black, so and I had
Right.
measured those out and cut that out. Actually, I think I'm going to work bigger than that. I consulted John, who my neighbor who drew
Yeah.
Devil Flyer
Yeah.
prequel that'll be coming out here pretty soon. I hope to deliver it, before Christmas. So it'll be a campaign
Oh,
that'll be coming up on Fund My Comic here pretty soon. Taking
nice.
the 29-page Devil Flyer story that I've been sitting on for a year, and I'm like, what I have now that I can just get out. Plus, it kind of gets the pink elephant out of the room because it ate up a
Yeah.
lot of real estate for Devil Flyer #1 and other
Oh.
short stories. Because I have 6 stories in that, so now I can
Oh.
do a shorter story and maybe expand on the couple that I haven't. We'll see.
Very very cool.
Yeah,
And
and
also, yeah.
yeah, so I'm gonna put that out, but he said I could work like 8.5 by 11, so I'm gonna go down and get a 8.5 by 11 pad and
Yeah. It's the
start
way
my
to do
mini
it.
comic. He said you
Yeah.
could shoot it down 50% and probably do the size, but it would turn out the size of those pieces that I just showed you,
That'd be great.
which is going to
Yeah.
be
So
a huge book compared to your little minis that you did.
huge,
Yeah.
huge. Yes, that's
It's
right.
amazing, T. He
Huge,
does these trading card
huge.
size mini
Huge.
comics, which are for sale, by the way.
Yes. And of course, the upcoming Devil Flyer versus Fembat. Well, let's see a little bit of Fembat, shall we?
Hell yeah. Can't wait for that mashup. And for this book. Former go-go dancer turned vampire.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't
I
wait
just
to
saw
actually
I just
find.
sold a Teen Titans piece and sent it off in the mail several days ago on eBay
Really?
of Nick Cardy's Teen Titan page, and it had go-go dancers in the little go-go cages, above. They
Yes. I
used to have
gotta get
little
some of those.
cages.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I've got to get those issues that have better reference for the
Yeah,
Go-Go's.
yeah, Teen Titans. Nick Cardy. I can give you the issue. It's issue 25. Issue 25
25?
has go-go dancers in it. Yeah,
I'll look it up
I
and see
think
if I can.
also the Justice League makes an appearance in that issue.
Oh,
It's
cool.
got a
I'm at,
Justice League Teen Titans cover.
I gotta look for that.
It's a good issue to have. Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
What are you
All right. Oh,
collecting now, T Bunny? Just real quick.
Hank,
What are
how
you
you
collecting?
doing?
Uh,
Just independent
I'm
stuff.
no, I'm
Hey,
trying
Tank.
to finish out my collection of Power Pack by Weezy Samuelson.
Oh yeah, that's
That
cool.
book
Oh yeah,
changed my life, so I'm trying to kill it. She's my favorite
yeah.
all-time writer.
Actually, let me show you something that Rob Ewing sent me, which is kind of
Oh
like Power Pack.
yeah.
It's a project like your own that you had sort of in mind for years and years. It's called Think Tank.
Oh
And I might
yeah.
have to get, since Tank Ferret's here, I might have to get Tank, since he knows tanks, I might have to
Yes.
give him some work. If I
Yeah.
can
Take
find
for
it
it
here.
definitely.
My freaking phone is like, it's so dark, I can't see the screen.
Oh no, that's not good. You're
I
charging.
know, and I've tried to figure out, okay, where exactly, okay, here it is. You barely see it, man, to bring it up.
Oh,
I don't know why
right.
it's so dark. Okay. So there you go. Think tank. They're like
Oh,
cybernetically linked kids, and they
yeah,
create this sort of holographic type tank around them.
sweet.
Here's some. Let me back up here. Here was some character designs he did of the kids.
Oh,
He's kind
okay,
of got a
yeah.
cartoony style, and I thought he would be good for doing children.
He
You know,
does. That's cool.
and he's also working on Melvin Zero.
Oh
And
yeah,
there's the black and white there and blue line.
I have to back that
He
Melvin
works
up there.
digitally. So I think tank.
Think
So
tank.
that'll be a story. If it takes off, maybe it'll be a, but it's kind of like
Absolutely.
my power pack, T.
Power.
What was impactful about Power Pack for you in the comics?
Well, what impacted me the most was the fact that, particularly the issue where she took them down at the mutant massacre.
Mm,
It seemed like, how do you do that and keep the kids kids?
Uh-huh.
I didn't really understand how you could do that, and
Well, look at Franklin Richards,
yeah, he was
and
part of the power pack at that
all that
time. Yeah,
he went through. Yeah.
yeah.
right. But but yeah,
There-
she just it was just masterful. I mean, she kept the kids kids,
Wow.
and she just found a way to tell the story, and she didn't deconstruct anybody. She didn't cut any corners. I mean, they saw some stuff down there. I mean, they saw some horrific stuff, but
Yeah.
but they had the same buoyancy that kids should have. They were bickering and right in the middle of this. I mean, Sabretooth attacked them at one point, and
Wow.
and they barely escaped. But so they were in danger down there, and they had. And it was just like they were trying to find Leech,
Oh
but
yeah.
and they couldn't find, and they
He was a
found,
Moloch mutant.
yeah, and
Yeah.
they couldn't like find where he was because of his power, and because Franklin could just like project him, but he couldn't find him, and so they had to go down and find him, and they found him like they found like his adopted mother, who they scalp hunter had murdered, and
Wow.
and so they had to break this leech that his mama had died. And he was like, leech wants mama, leech wants mama. It's heartbreaking, and and so it was just like there was moments of beauty, there was moments of real pathos, and there's moments of
Mhm.
these kids just being
Poignancy.
brothers and sisters bickering and being kids,
Yeah.
and there was
And
danger, and it was just like it's just so masterful.
It
It was just
really is an
well,
underrated.
the
I
Power
remember
Pack.
reading it.
Power Pack has 67 issues available. Lone Star Comics, My Comic Shop has those issues. Click on there. You might can find some, says Travis Perry.
Or buy
Yeah.
T Bunny's copies. He's out to sell them.
Yeah,
Well,
buy T-Mice.
Well, I'm collecting. I'm getting the collected editions because I'm a reader. I'm not.
Oh, there you go.
Looking, so
Yeah.
Have they collected Power Pack into?
yeah,
Like,
I've got two of them. I don't have the one that I really want yet. But
Okay,
I've
so
got
those
two of
are in
them.
trade paperback form.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Oh, great.
That's the way I
But-
need to collect it because I used to have a lot of the floppies, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
But I
the
did
only
enjoy it.
the only thing I have in floppies is the damage, the whole entire run of damage.
What
Oh, damn.
was
From DC.
was-
Yeah.
was
that's the guy.
Power Pack? Was their first appearance Power Pack #1? It wasn't. They made an appearance before then, right? Didn't they? Or did
No,
they?
no, they debuted in their own book.
Oh, did they?
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a fun read from what I remember. I used to collect it up to, the first year or so.
Well, Wheezy just wrote them perfectly because
Yeah, and the art was really nice too. Did Bob McLeod work on that?
I think so.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay. Different artists there were Bob
Yeah.
McLeod.
Yeah, Bob
and,
McLeod did the New Mutants. He's a
maybe
great.
Jim Mooney.
I actually got to meet him. He
Well,
was
well, I mean, people don't
creator.
understand. Chris Claremont, and Nocenti and Wheezy Samuelson were his right hand girl, right and left hand girls, and they created that lauded run, all three of them together, and with a few others. But
You think you think them being female, they put in the female sensibility that's
well,
missing out of some of the male engendered written comics.
no, I think that didn't hurt, but they
Yeah.
didn't come at it from the point of females. They came at it from the point of storytellers.
Okay.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so that way, their own personal politics, their own personal gender, ideals didn't show up in the books in the remotely.
Well, she is considered, like her husband, one of the greats in the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about a power couple. Talk about a
No
power
doubt.
couple. The
Yeah.
Wow.
Simonsons are that.
And
Um,
and the thing about it is, Walt Simonson has most of everything he ever drew. He's
yeah.
kept it. He's not sold it off.
Mm-mm.
If you have some
Well,
Awesome.
Walt Simonson original art, you really have something rare at this time because there's
well,
not a lot out there.
no.
No.
What is out there is in high demand.
Well,
Okay.
the thing I like about that couple is that Walt Simonson had some comics that he wrote, like or supposedly wrote, but they got Weezy all over them. I mean, they really do.
Yeah.
They got her touch all over them.
Well, it's kind of
Like,
like R.T. Bear with his wife. I know that they confer over stuff.
Yeah.
well, I think somebody was saying the other day that the Thor, the with the armor, that whole arc with the
Uh-huh.
Guardian armor, um,
Mhm.
that was like it was RJ of the Island said that arc changed his
Is
life.
that when his bones were shattered and he had to wear the armor to kind of
That's
hold
the
his
one.
body
That's
together?
the one. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was supposedly written and drawn by Walt Simonson, but that has Weezy written all over it. I mean, it really does. I'm sure she was
That's
right up
when he
her
grew
also.
his beard out and his mustache and he looked more like traditional mythical Thor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 That
Mhm.
was cool.
But yeah, but I love it when like my guy, because when heroes are at their like most vulnerable is when they're most heroic. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's when they are. That's why we don't like these modern heroes, especially the female girl bosses, because they never struggle.
I think in a way the conflicts and the villain define the hero. I think the
They do.
villain is seminal in a piece. If you have a good villain
Yeah,
to thwart or to devastate or to whatever extent,
right.
I mean that's the conflict. And then if you have good conflict, then how is he going to overcome this? How is Captain America going to defeat Thanos? He's
Well,
definitely outpowered, right?
well, there's this Obsidian man, my guy, my the first arc. There's this moment where this young guy who is called the architect. He creates this giant robot, and he rigs these gas tanks to create a flamethrower. And so he
Wow.
jumps in and he torches the Obsidian man, and he's like, "Yeah!" Just lights him up. He's like yelling and exultation. And then then when the smoke clears, Obsidian man is just glowing, right, red hot, and he's just sitting there.
Wow.
He's like, "What's the melting point of the Obsidian?" And the guy's like, well, such and such, because he knows, because he's a little genius. He's like, what's the melting point of metal? And he's like, oh, he's like, right. And he he takes the cage, rips the front off the cage that the guy's in.
Yeah.
And he says, "You and I are about to have a talk, son."
Yeah.
A good villain works.
Yeah.
Really
Well,
well.
yeah, as I gotta get going, it's been 2 hours, so I'd like to thank you, T Bunny, for coming on here,
No
and
problem. Thank you.
keep
Thank
on
you.
with another. We'll see you. Come on back anytime you want to. We'll maybe close it if you want. That's up to you. Anyway,
Right.
yep, and of course, Rex, thanks for coming in, and yeah, until next time, I'm gonna go and sign out. Until next video, you guys have a wonderful time, wonderful evening.
Ciao for now.
Please,
Keep
ciao
collecting.
for now.
Bye,
Keep
everybody.
collecting, guys. Bye bye.